Hello. So this is not going to be a video on Amazing Spider-Man 300, even though I'm going to show quite a few of them over here. I grew up collecting Spider-Man and a couple other characters, Batman, Thor. Whenever I would see these, some of these I picked up right off of the newsstand, by the way. But the majority of them I paid between $50 and $100 for. I've never paid more than $100 on an Amazing Spider-Man 300. I've tried in auctions here on YouTube. I've tried buying some for 300 up to 300, but I've always lost the auctions. But I've never paid over $100 for this book. It's hard to get a book like this right now for even $300 if you want even a raw copy. But it's just an iconic cover, and Venom has turned into an all-time great character, and this cover is just an iconic cover now. It's a staple of the Copper Age as we know it. One of the best books in the Copper Age, if not the best book in the Copper Age. It's arguable, but it's definitely top 3, maybe top 2. Okay. Reason I'm showing this is because I have so many of these because I spec. I used to have like 50 of these, but I bought and sold them over the time that I've been collecting. And I funded a lot of my comics this way. So say the House of Secrets that I have, the 9.0, it was funded by books like this, me selling books like this back in the day, you know. But reason I'm showing this, print run on this was probably in the 500,000 run, according to the Standard Catalog Comics 2005 edition. There were 271,000 reported from Cap City, but there were multiple distributors. The numbers get shady after 1986 and into the 90s with print run circulation because of multiple distributors. It might come up as 271,000 there, but more than likely you can double that number for the 90s for the major comic companies like DC and Marvel. Nowadays, though, the print runs that are on Comic-Con are pretty spot on because there's only one distributor, right? Sometimes you have companies like Black Box Comics that will sell comics directly to you, but they put out a print run themselves. Boom Studios is the new comic company, the new comic book creator that has, in my opinion, changed the game in comic books. They remind me almost of Valiant, of what Valiant used to be, except that with Valiant, Jim Shooter, when he formed Valiant, he brought Marvel Comics into Valiant, a Marvel style of superhero into Valiant. Boom Studios, on the other hand, though, is taking like writers that are, you know, they actually write like dramas and novels. Really, I mean, these are a different type of writer, and they're bringing them into Boom Studios and having them create comic books. Bone Paris is a comic book that I don't own because I haven't read it yet. I'm pretty sure if I read it, from everything that they're talking about, that I'm probably going to end up getting it. But I don't have that book yet. I have read this book, though. This is Something is Killing the Children. This is a great read, guys. And in my opinion, this is the next great comic book character. You guys like Punchline? Forget Punchline. This is Erica Slaughter. And Erica Slaughter will be, in my opinion, the next great comic book character, and the next character that that you're gonna see out there where people are going crazy about, you know, like a Harley Quinn. Like you see so many people dressed up as Harley Quinn when you go to these conventions, right? So this is Batman Adventures, and according to the catalog of comics, the Cap City circulation number was 19,200. Now you could probably double that. That was a book from 1992, right? Where are we at here? 1993. So you could probably at least double. Now I've heard 150,000. I've heard 40 to 60,000. Nobody really knows. What I do know is that something is killing the children. The regular cover is 33,000 copies for the regular cover, right? I try not to go after the regulars. That might be the cover to go after. I'm not sure. That's the only thing about specking, right? I'm not sure which cover is the one that most people are going to be turned on to. I'm only buying what I'm turned on to. This is a Jay Lee cover from New York Convention, Comic-Con. This one's limited to 1 in 500 copies. It's a Jay Lee variant, Virgin variant. It's a beautiful cover, and I actually like this cover more than any other cover. My second best cover, favorite cover. This one's obviously signed by Jay Lee. I'm gonna send that out to CBCS. It will be part of my first listings with CBCS, first submissions with CBCS. I have a few signature series that I'm going to send to them, and this one's going to be going into CGC. I only picked up 2 of those. I picked up multiple of these. This is limited to 1 in 300, and these are the Comic Santorium covers. It's 1 in 300. Each one of these is 1 in 300, and these are some beautiful covers, especially the foil cover. This is a magnificent cover. I love foil variants to begin with, but this is limited to 1 in 300, and I just can't see how this is not going to be a 9.8, and I have multiple of these. I'm going to say that most of them are going to be 9.8s. Don't know for a fact. And again, I don't know which ones are going to be the ones to have. But they're cheap right now. You can get these covers right now for between $50 and $70, the 1 in 300 variants. The regular cover you could probably get for around $20 on eBay. The regular cover that's printed 33,000, and then these 1 in 500 Jay Lees are probably around $50 or less. I got them for less than that. Even the signed one I got for less than $50, and that's a beautiful cover. But this is going to be something to spec on. You might have to hold on to these for a while, but what I would suggest you do is definitely pick up the regular issue and read it. Or if you can see the story, I don't know if anybody on YouTube might have the story already downloaded, but you can read that story and then make your own decision about getting these books. But these are going to be great books, and especially now that Boom has a partnership with Netflix, you know, it's not bad to go after their top stories, you know. Another comic that I spec'd on is this comic right here. Now, this one is so cheap that I actually went after a 9.8 already. I bought some raw ones, but they have the same like errors on it. Like, they have certain flaws which I don't think you're gonna be able to see, but it's got like a I think it was done in the print, where there's like a little line there that goes around a part of the book, and I'm pretty sure that was like a print type defect. But this is a 9.8, and these books is from 1994. This is Hamilton. The comic book company was Hamilton. 1994, according to Cab City, 7,425 were printed for Cab City. I don't even know if Diamond distributed any of these, but let's say that they did. You can double that number, probably around 15,000 of these, which back in 1994, it's pretty freaking low, man. You know, I would say that this is a really good spec, especially if you like the Power Rangers. My kids were big Power Ranger fans, and you know, they used to like the action figures for Power Rangers, and I would get them for them and stuff. But I think Power Rangers, if you're looking for a comic book, this is the book to get. This is their first comic. Hamilton also had a magazine, but it wasn't comic book form. It was a magazine. This is the first comic book for Power Rangers, and it's Savings Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It has to be Hamilton Comics from 1994, and it's you can get the regular covers for like $5, maybe $10 on eBay. You can get the regular raw cover for that, and these are the raw covers, right? And these I only pay like $5 for, but like I said, they have certain flaws that I've seen on all of them, and they can probably be pressed out, because it looks like even the 9.8 that I bought, and I bought that 9.8 for less than $100, by the way, and that's why I bought the 9.8, because it's still cheap. I would not pay over $100 for the 9.8, and even though like Boom Studios does have the Power Rangers, they're still owned by Hasbro, and Hasbro is probably going to have a say in what gets created, even if Netflix decides to do something with them, of what goes to Netflix, and they're probably the ones that have, well, without a doubt, they're the ones that have the IP. But Boom Studios can act as as the middleman for that negotiation, possibly, but these are the two books that I'm specking on for the Boom Studios run as of right now. I'm looking on YouTube for other stories that I might like, but this story is just magnificent. It's a great story that belongs. I mean, it really belongs. I could see this like in a series. It's almost like Stranger Things, but better, in my opinion. And this character, that is the reason why I showed this. I spec'd on Venom back then, and that did very well for me. I do have a Venom book that got me a Hulk 181 8.5 from back in the day. They came back in 8.5. I mean 9.8. And this one right here, and I'm still gonna keep maybe a couple of these, but these are about to get sold. They're about to get sold because I gotta pay my bills. You have to fund your collecting somehow, and I like to fund my collecting through my comics. And some of these books that I have are going to be sold for Something's Killing the Children. They're just not going to be sold right now. Now, I'm either going to be really wrong on this and lose some money, or I'm going to be right and I'm going to be really happy. But so far, I've had a pretty decent track record on comics. And this is the next great thing, guys. In my opinion, anyway. Write down some books that maybe you guys know about that maybe I should spec on. If you guys don't mind. You know, Bone Parish, is it really all that great? I've heard of, what is that, Red Mother or something like that. But I read this, and this is the real deal. It's the real deal, holy feel. Yeah, I said it.